Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. Of course, I am your host, DBoss, and I just hope that everybody's been doing their 15 minutes of laughing. And I know for the people that have been doing it, I'm thanking them very much. And it's not so much you're going to thank me, you're going to thank for your health because it releases a lot of endorphins by laughing, and it's 15 minutes minimum. It also lowers your blood pressure and makes you feel good all day, even if you continue to you just can, when you continue laughing a little bit all day, it adds up, and then it'll keep you looking youthful. It heals your body. If you look up the health benefits of laughing, you will see so much. Then you'll be like, oh my gosh, I should have been doing this years ago or something. But you have to do it. And if you don't have anybody to laugh with, you could just phone somebody, bring some people over, watch something streaming funny on there, and then you'll be fine. So I'm going to be bringing you the health benefits also to drinking coconut water and also watermelon. So, just stay tuned for a couple episodes in that. And I'm going to be giving you some more information about that. So we're going to hear something from one of our sponsors here, Vital Step to Vital Steps. And we'll be right back with our special guests.
Welcome to your Vital Steps to Better Health. I'm Joanne James. Today we're going to talk about exercising in the sun. We all love the sun. It's been the winter. Now we want to get out into the fresh air and enjoy the great weather. However, we have to be very mindful when we're exercising in the sun. First of all, you want to protect your skin at all costs. Regardless of your background, you still need to wear a sunblock of 30 plus. Also, you want to make sure you're wearing a hat to protect your facial skin, as well as glasses to protect your eyes. Also, make sure that you hydrate as you're doing your activities. Sometimes you won't feel that you're thirsty, but in actual fact you are. So make sure you drink. Don't wait to become dehydrated first. And listen to your body. If you start feeling a little nauseous or dizzy or fatigued, that might be signs of a heat stroke. Get into the shade, sit down, and call somebody to assist you. Being out in the sun and exercising is great, but you have to be very, very, very aware of where you are, what you're doing, and make safety your top priority. I'm Joanne James, and this has been your Vital Steps to Better Health and Fitness. See you next time.
Well, thank you, Joanne James, for that tip. Hydrate, everybody. Drink some water. If you don't like flat water, you can get sparkling water. You can get flavored water. If you don't like just saying, oh my gosh, I just don't like the taste of the water by itself. But it does not mean that you're getting your hydration from your beers or your wines or your cocktails you make or whatever you're drinking, because that is dehydrating your body. So just take, always remember to take maybe one beer, one shot, whatever you're taking, and maybe incorporate it with water. Sometimes you wonder, well, why is they got water and I'm drinking drinks when you go to the bars or the lounges or stuff? It's the reason because you got to hydrate. and hydration is not from when you're having a beer. Yes, it may taste good going down, or the wine may taste good going down, but it's actually dehydrating. So you got to drink, just keep one and one. But today we got a captain, but it's no captain of no ship. He calls himself the captain. And we're going to find out all about what he does. He's a writer, he's a director. His current thing he's doing now is The Truth. And we're going to find out about all the things that's going on with him. So with no further ado, we're going to get right into it. The captain.
Hello. How y'all doing?
I'm good. We were wondering where you were. We thought maybe you were on the ship there.
I hear you. I love that introduction, by the way. I love the introduction, my sister.
Okay, thank you. And here at Real Life Matters, we like to know where everybody's cultural background and where they come from.
All right. Well, I'm born in Toronto, right? In a long time ago, right? But I'm born in Toronto.
You don't have to tell your year. You don't have to say that.
But my father came to Canada from Guyana, right? South America. And yes, it's not part of the Caribbean, Guyana. We know that, but
they keep it. We allow it.
Yes, we are honorary Caribbeans. We are honorary Caribbeans as Guyanese, right? But
Okay.
yeah, so he came to Canada and he met my mom shortly after. My mom is Canadian Black that's been here like a long time from the 1800s, right? The Canadian Blacks, and
Okay.
there's a branch of Cherokee in the U.S. side, you know, in my mom's ancestry. But yeah, met my mom as a Canadian Black, and then the rest is history. Got married, fell in love, and that's it. So I'm Toronto. I'm a
And
Toronto
here you
native.
are.
Yes, you know. But I'm residing right now in Ottawa. I've been living in Ottawa since 1988 when my father moved to Ottawa.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
So, Captain, how did you get the name Captain?
I gave myself that name when I was growing up in Toronto as a young rapper. You know, trying to do my thing. My original name was, which I had to drop. Original name was Captain Negro, right? And I
Okay.
tried to have a superhero type of, persona to myself. And then when I moved to Ottawa, when I was in high school, later high school years in '88, and my friends was like, "No, you have to drop the Negro. You can't be, you can't be having the Negro as a rapper. You got to drop the Negro." So it just became Captain since then, and it stuck
Okay.
with me. Yeah.
Oh, well, we didn't know you had a little bit of rapping scene in you. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So what made you want to be in films and writing films? So how did you get into that?
It's I think it's just a continuation of me being an artist, right? So in the
Yeah.
'80s, one of those old school rappers. I was doing my thing. I never did get signed, but I've opened up for everybody. I have a rich history of being an artist, but I never broke through the ranks and got signed to a major, right? But I have still have a lot of creativity in my brain,
So who did
right?
you open up for?
Opened up for Ice
So
Cube,
who did you open up for?
De La Soul,
What?
Shinehead. This is like '88, '89, those days, early '90s. Maestro
Okay.
Fresh West went on tour with Maestro, Dream Warriors. And so all those greats, Be Cool and those kinds of stuff, Dead Prez later on. So I was always on the cusp, but never had a big break. But I still have a lot of creativity in my brain. So I was still writing stories and writing rhymes. And it was just an extension of that because I always was a photographer also, right? So the photographer and the photographer in me and the filming
Wow.
in me, filming back scenes, behind the scenes stuff at concerts and stuff like that, and concerts. So it just have all this creativity in me, all these stories in me, and I have a camera and I have, I have the writing ability, and it just branched off from there.
Wow. You see, everybody wouldn't know that behind you, how you went, around and
Mhm.
and you opened for all these people.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so what was your first song what was the songs that you sang when you opened, when you rapped?
Well, back in the day, I had this song, the Wizards, right, with the group that I was in. This was like 1989, right? Mac
Okay.
Attack, right? Mac Attack was another song we had, and the Microphone Gods, and so these were like songs. It was like I was in my late teens, in the late '80s, and so we had those kind of songs like battle songs and stuff like that. And we were always trailing behind like Dreamers and Maestro Fresh West and thinking like we'll get signed just like them. And but I was basically thinking,
Wow.
right? I was an Ottawa transplant where when my father moved to Ottawa in 1988, for me, I felt almost it was equivalent to like this was like child abuse because Ottawa didn't have black culture like Toronto. you know, Toronto is the mecca for anything cultural. Toronto is the mecca, right?
Mhm.
I'm moving from a city that had, but that time probably like 300,000 black people, and Ottawa just had like 30,000 black people at that time.
Right.
It was a very cultural shock for me, very very strong cultural shock, and so yeah. But eventually, I
Okay.
grew to love Ottawa. Ottawa grew on me.
Well, obviously you're right. So, is this the first movie that written and direct? You did that, or have you did one before?
No, this is my third project, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this is my third project.
What was your first one?
My first one is called One Weekend, right? It
Okay.
had local actors in it, but the claim to fame for my first project had the actor and reggae dancehall artist Louis Rankin, who has passed on now, right?
Okay.
Most famously known as Ox from the movie Belly, right? And
Okay.
Shockers, right? And I had him in my first movie. And so that is my most proud because it's a low budget movie, but I had somebody who was almost for in the Caribbean community, A-list, almost kind of like
Okay.
dance hall artist and actor, right? And he's a personality in his own. So yeah, that was my first project. My second project was a follow up to that, One Weekend Part Two. Even though that's finished and done, I didn't give it an official release yet, and I could tell you why a little bit later. But I'm going to release it after my third project. So I've just been sitting down on my second project and holding on to it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell us about this truth. We're gonna see. We have a trailer to it, so we'll see it. But tell us a
Okay.
little bit about that. What inspired you to do this one?
Okay. Well, the truth is, I can't remember where I get the inspiration from, but I know I do have personal feelings about the movie. Basically, is about a Canadian black young man, right, in his 30s, right, who's a businessman, right? He's accomplished in a businessman, but he's very grounded, and he's on the run from the police. But the movie doesn't explain why he's on the run from the police. So
Okay.
he's high. He wants to find a place to hide, and he runs into kind of breaks into a house to hide just for the night, and he just wants to go about his business when morning comes, so he can hide for the duration of the night. But it's the house of an immigrant Ethiopian woman, right? Who's
Okay.
in Canada. She's been here for a while, but she doesn't have no connection to the Caribbean black community in Canada or the Canadian black community, right? So the
Okay.
movie explores different dynamics. It explores the non-cohesiveness in sometimes Africans who come to Canada and don't mesh and
Mhm.
blend with, you know what I mean, many generational Caribbean blacks or many generational Canadian blacks, right, who've been here a long
Okay.
time and are sometimes communities other than the young generation that might be blending through music and Afrobeats and stuff like that, but the older generation does not mix, right? Our communities, our community associations do not mix, and they don't know us, right?
Okay.
So yeah, and so that's what is exploring those dynamics, right? Of the naivety of a lot of immigrant blacks to the Canadian black experience.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna watch a bit of this,
Hmm.
and then we'll come back
Okay.
and we'll talk about some more stuff after.
All right. All right.
Okay. Hold on. Truth. It's coming up.
Fear, love, hate, mixed with the unknown. They say love is the strongest force on the planet, but hate gives it competition when three people from different worlds collide on one fateful night. Anxiety, prejudging, stereotypes rise to the surface. But which emotional force shall rise above the rest in this occasion?
Wow. That was different. I wasn't sure if it was over. I said, "Oh my goodness, it was over," and I said, "All right." So, are you in it or no?
This one I put myself in it in a little cameo, right? Because I've been doing some acting to myself, but I wanted to give other people shine, and by no
Okay.
stretch of the imagination, I'm not a good actor, right? Even though I act in other people's stuff, I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do, right? But I'm a very creative person, so I'm doing the writing side. So I found some people that who's doing good acting in Ottawa and have done things critical acclaim things, and I
Yes.
put them in the spotlight, right?
Okay. So when is this? Is it out already? The truth or no?
So no, we're having the premiere here in Ottawa, which is a one-time showing, a local premiere, right?
Right.
So after the premiere, it's coming up this Wednesday, Wednesday the 24th, July 24th, 7 p.m., Scotiabank
Okay.
Theatre. After the premiere, what we're going to do now is we're going to, of course, we're trying to generate funds too, right, with the premiere. And we're going to use those funds to now ship it out and enter into a lot of film festivals, right? So the next step is to enter into film festivals and try to, um, procure some kind of streaming service that would want to pick it up,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
And how long is it? How long is the truth?
It's just about, I think it's an hour and 17 minutes, right?
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yeah. So it's a full feature. All three of my projects have been full features, right? And full features is, I think they say it's 50 minutes or over. Anything over 50 minutes is a full feature. Some people say
Is it full
45 an
feature?
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this one was I think my most creative stretch. My first movie had the typical, a lot of stereotypes in it. It had a lot of the urban gangsterism, the ladies in it, those themes, right? The second movie was part two off of that, right? But it was a kind of little bit of a love story. This one is more dramatic, and I'm talking about a lot of things in this movie that I think will start a lot of conversations about, West Africans who come to North America or Canada, particularly, right?
Okay.
Caribbean blacks. Do a lot of immigrant blacks feel what we feel as far as dealing with racism, right? And sometimes they don't see it as much as we see it,
Okay.
with those narratives in the movie, right? And the narrative that this racism and these kind of things and police brutality only happens in the US. That's explored too, right? To the characters, and a lot of African blacks and immigrant blacks don't believe that it happens here, or just don't even know the stories about, you know what I mean? Our foreparents who went through these things in the 60s and 50s,
Right.
70s. So they're just ignorant, just like everybody else is ignorant to these things, right? So they think it's the land of milk and honey over here. It doesn't have these narratives going on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what are you working out after the truth? So what do you have? What are you been working on? I know you're gonna be putting this out for the time, but what
Right.
are you gonna be working? Do you have anything else in the back, in the field, in the back burner there that's coming out?
Yes. So usually with me, my film company is called Northern Touch Films, but I teamed up with two other people, right? Gilly Rank Films, because there was a couple other brothers doing stuff in Ottawa, right? And but we were all doing our own thing. So Gilly Ranks, he actually teamed up with me and Brother Gene, right? Which is New Flavor Studios, right? We teamed
Mm-hmm.
up together to do The Truth. Even though I'm the writer and director, we teamed
Yes.
together. Brother Gene was my assistant director, and Gilly is the editor and the DP of photography. However,
Okay.
my part two for my one weekend, I'm then going to release that because I've been sitting on it for a while
Wow.
and release that. The reason I sat on it because it had I was acting in it myself, and I had some love scenes in it. And then when I saw myself after the editing and the love scenes, I was like, I'm not putting this out. No, hell, it sounds nice
That's
when
so
you
funny.
it sounds nice unless it's Halle Berry or something like that. It sounds nice, but when you see yourself on camera, and it's not even, I didn't even have nudity, no nudity in the film, but it's very passionate, very, you know what I mean, intimate love scenes and kissing and you know what I mean, and a lot of sound effects.
Yeah.
I couldn't put myself out there like that. I didn't want to put myself out there like that, but I have the project. Why not put it out? So I'm just giving myself time to deal with, you know what I mean?
Well, did you have somebody else look at it too? Did they think it was bad, or you just thought?
Yeah. Once I saw that my daughter, I felt funny. My daughter's seeing it. My daughter's a teen in the late teens, but still, I was like, yeah, there was too much, right? And my auntie's looking at it and stuff like that.
Maybe watching more than you think.
Yeah, And I got old school Caribbean aunties and stuff. Then I realized, yeah, I'm not going to explore this again. But I still have to release it. So I'm going to release it
Right.
after. After that, I do have
Okay.
another film I'm going to do, which is going to actually, it's kind of like a 50 Shades of Grey, but a black version. Without the comedy, like how
Okay.
the Wayne brothers did it, right? I want to explore
Yes.
that. And I have two horror films black people, some black folks, they say they don't like horror. They don't like anything dealing with the occult and the witchcraft and the obia and this and that. But I've always loved horror, and all my friends always loved horror.
Well, you
Always
do what
loved.
you want because somebody's going to watch it, even though they might say they might do it on the DL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love a good movie that can make me jump, and you know what I mean, in the jump scenes and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to explore that. So I have two scripts that are written for horror movies, and one of them I'm going to start in September, right? So
Okay.
that's what's happening there. So you're just going to get this one out, and the other one I'm going to start production. I'm going to release the other one. The other one's already finished in September, and start the production of the horror film.
Okay. All
So
right. So,
yeah.
are there any shout outs that you want to give to your people or anybody that's helped you over the years?
Oh yes, well, Gilly Ranks for sure. My editor, right, and my cameraman, brother Gene of this project. The actors did a good job. Luco Saint Fleur, punch in his name on somewhere on Google. He has a Uber commercial now. He has a credit card commercial. He's doing great things. The lead in the movie, right? Um,
Wow.
Jackie, yeah, Jackie Detroit, JACQUI space DU space TOIT. As soon as you punch her name in Google, you would see all the images
Yes.
come on her, and she's a stage theater play actress and stuff like that, an acting teacher at
Okay.
Algonquin College. So she's doing good things also, right? And then we have some, some other people. I'm pulling a blank right now, right? But anybody that was a part of the project in any way that helped us, yes, big up to them. But I would say to anybody who's trying to get into film and stuff, I would like to say this, which I always like to give words of encouragement. Just
Yes.
do it. Just do it. Don't worry about if it's going to be a big budget. We know it might not be a big budget. It doesn't have
Okay.
to be, Fast and the Furious. But we're in an age right now with the technology. All you need is a DSLR camera, and that's it. You know. And we're in an age where where a lot of the middlemen is being eliminated. So us for Black people, we have
Right.
ways of creating. If it's music, if it's photography, if it's some kind of art, if it's film, and you can find ways to monetize these things and make a living for yourself. So stop stalling with trying to get the big dollars and just do it. And if you don't do it
Right.
the best the first time, you'll learn. You'll get the criticism. It might pinch you a little bit and hurt a little bit, but you'll tighten it up better, and you'll do the second one better, and you do the third one better, and just get it done. Because
Yeah.
I like
Well, everybody didn't do their first one the best either. So,
exactly, and I'm still learning myself too.
there's things.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. So, if people want to follow you on social media and go watch go watch the premiere, where can they find you?
So okay, so the social media, I have my own, which is Soul City Store, right? So SOUL
Okay.
City CITY store, and I'm always posting stuff on there. Also we have the Facebook, which is um, Northern Touch Canada DVD, right?
Okay.
Northern Touch Canada DVD. So you'll see me posting a lot of stuff there, and I have a YouTube page, which is Northern Touch Mag short for magazine, all one word,
Okay.
Northern Touch Mag. And you'll see all kinds of previews, behind the scenes stuff I've done there with having my magazines and stuff like that. So I'll be posting there too.
All right. Well, you got to come back when you get the other one, the one with the love scenes. You said that you did. And then you can send us the trailer and let
Yes,
us be the judge of that.
yes. Most definitely.
Let us be the judge of that.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Captain. Yeah, I
Yes.
know. Captain coming on here and telling us about the truth. You guys go out there, you guys, if you guys want to go see the truth, what is it again? It's on the 17th, when?
The
It's on next
24th.
week?
The
The
24th.
24th.
Yeah.
At where? The Scotia Plaza?
The Scotiabank Theater.
Oh, the
Scotiabank
Scotiabank
Theater.
Theater.
Right.
Okay, so you guys can go and go see that. There's something.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So, and it's about an hour and a half or something like that, right?
Yeah, about an hour and 17 minutes. So, yeah.
17. Yeah. All right. So, you guys go out there, get out there and support. You guys, it's in Toronto. So, you guys know how everybody likes to go out here. So,
Yeah.
the
All right.
nightlife. The nightlife never ends. All right.
Yes.
Well, it was nice talking to the captain and telling us about your journey. He was a rapper people before, then he went into the movies and doing that. So, He has a big history behind him, and I'm pretty sure if anybody wants any information, they can reach out to him. You know, he told us his social media, just send him a note, and he'll gladly assist you. So I do want to thank you, Captain, for coming on tonight and talking about your journey.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, good night.
Good night.
And bye for now.